What is going on, everybody? Tech Enthusiast here, and in this video I'm going to show you how to play Super Mario 64 X co-op for Android. Now this is a native port for Android which has been available for PC, and it has many features such as 60 FPS, widescreen, HD textures, mods, and obviously online co-op play. Okay, here we go. So the best thing is that everything can be done from the Android device. I am using an Odin 2 Pro, and I don't think this actually works on 32-bit devices. Now firstly, you need to have the Super Mario 64 game. I believe it needs to be the US version. Make sure it's in the root directory of your storage and rename it like I have here, baserom.us.z64. Now if you want to make sure you have the correct dump of the game, you can install a Checksummer app and open it up. I will leave links in the description. Change this to SHA-1, then pick the game, and as long as you get this checksum exactly like this, you have the correct version of the game. Okay, so we're going to go to the web browser and go to APK Mirror and download Termux. This is the version that I'm using, and I will leave links in the description. Scroll down and click on Download APK. If you get a pop-up ad, just close that and the download should start. So click on Download anyway. Wait a few seconds for it to finish. Click on Open, then Install, then Open again. Next, the keyboard is going to pop up. I am using a Bluetooth keyboard as there is a lot of typing to do. I will also leave a link to the GitHub tutorial I am using for this video where you can see all the commands. Now if you want, you can copy and paste the commands, but I didn't want to do it here as I would have to switch between the app and the tutorial multiple times, and the keyboard pop-up does get distracting. Okay, so the first thing we're going to type is pkj upgrade-y, press enter, and it will start downloading all the necessary files. Hopefully you don't get error messages, but if you do, head over to the tutorial, go to step 10 and change the repo. Now if you don't see any errors, you should see the default action is to keep your current version. Type Shift and I and press enter every time you see this message. I'm just going to speed up the video here until the very last time we need to type Shift I and pressing enter. Once that has finished, we should see the $sign again. So we need to type in termux -setup -storage and then press enter so we can give it storage access permission. Next we're going to type pkg remove libglvnd, press enter. You will see a message about unable to locate package. Don't worry about that. Continue and then type in this long command. If you can, copy and paste it, because if you get an error message it will mess it up. So make sure you have it written exactly as it is written here. Remember, you can find this command in the tutorial linked in the description. It's then going to ask you if you want to continue. Type Y, then enter. Now it's going to start downloading and then unpacking some files. For me it took just under 1 minute, so I'm just going to speed up the video here. So back at the $sign, we're going to clone this repository, and we need to make sure the base ROM is in the root of the storage. Again, this is a very long command. Make sure you type it in correctly or copy and paste it as I mentioned before. If your base ROM is in a different folder, you can probably change the path to that, but to keep it simple, just move it to the root of your storage. So for me, this took about 30 seconds. It does depend on your download speeds, and I'm just going to speed up the video here. Next, we're going to type cp /storage/emulated/0/baserom.us.z64 sm64x -co-op /baserom.us.z64, then enter. Next we're going to type in cd sm64x -co-op, then enter. You should see this green text, so we're going to type in make -j $, open parenthesis, npr closed parentheses, then enter. Providing you have done everything correctly, it should start building the game. If you do see any error messages, go to step 18 of the tutorial. I'm just going to speed up the video here. For me, it took about 2.5 minutes, and that's with a Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 device. It may differ on the device you have. The more powerful it is, the faster it will build, though I'm not completely sure. Do let me know in the comments. And then finally, we're going to move the APK back to the storage by typing cp build /us_pc/sm64.us.apk space /storage/emulated/0 and then enter. And that should be it. We can close or minimize the app and then open a file browser. You should see the APK in the root of your storage, and all you have to do is just select it to open it. Now, because I have these two apps installed, it's giving me a prompt. I'm just going to make sure package installer is selected and click on always and let it install. Now go back to your home screen and you should see the game there. Open it. If you get this prompt for file access, give it the permission and the game should launch after that. So firstly, you're going to be given a language option. I'm just going to go with the default English. Here you've got several online options. We're going to start off with host. Now if you want to host a game, go to network system and then select co-op net. You can also set a password so someone else joins you, and then you can click on host. So I'm just going to go back and then go to join. So here you can join public lobbies. As you can see, there's a list of players here. Just select whichever you want and then jump into the game. Then private lobbies. If someone gives you a password, you just type it in here, search, and then join the game. Now to play one player, you're going to go back to host and network system. Make sure you change it back to direct connection. And as for save files, you're going to have to select this option here, as there is no title menu screen. This is where you will select your save file. And then before we dive in, I'm just going to go into settings and enable the skip intro cutscene, and then select host and host again. And that's it, we're in game. And as you can see, the on-screen buttons are working perfectly fine, and the right side of the screen will give you the camera. As I'm using the Odin 2 Pro, the buttons are already mapped, which is very convenient. As for the camera on the right stick, it is just too fast on the Odin 2 Pro, so I'll show you how to fix this. So we're going to press start, then the R button, go to options, then controls, and then select auto hide touch controls. Now if you're using the Odin 2 Pro, I would suggest to bring the rumble down, as it does get quite annoying. Next we're going to go to camera and then change the sensitivity for these two here, then back out or press the start button. Here you can see the on-screen controls are gone. You can temporarily bring it back by touching the screen. As for the camera movement, you can see it is much slower. This is pretty much perfect for the Odin 2 Pro. Now the only thing left, I would say, is HD textures, and you will enable it from this Dyn OS option, and I'll show you how to get the textures. Alright, there's two ways to go about it. So we're going to go back to the tutorial and scroll all the way down to the bottom of the page and slightly come up, and we can see the Render 96 HD texture pack. So we can use Termux to install this. So we're just going to copy the whole command, paste it into Termux, and it's going to do its thing, create the folders, etc. But I found it to take a little longer than I liked, maybe 20 minutes or more. So the other option is to manually get the texture pack. So again, I'll leave a link in the description. We're going to go to the GitHub page, click on the code button, then download zip. So this file is just over 500 megabytes, so it just depends on your download speeds. Once that has finished, I'm going to open another tab and download the Render 96 model pack. So this contains the characters and other assets. This download is way smaller, 60 megabytes. So now we need to extract the files. So I'm going to be using Z-Archiver as I found it very fast. So the folder we're going to use is com.owakitty.sm64. Now, before I actually extract it, I just want to show you where the config files are. So that is in the user folder. If you wanted to delete all of your settings and save files, just go in there and delete them from there. So I'm just going to back out and then create a new folder here and name it exactly how I am. So that's DYNOS. OK, and then OK. Then go into that folder, then create another folder called packs. Once that is done, go to your download directory, and here it is, render 96. Click on view, then go into that folder, then long press the GFX folder and then copy. So we're going to go back to the Super Mario 64 folder in the packs folder and then extract it. If you get this prompt, just replace it and that's done. That's extracted. We're going to go back into the download folder and open the DynOS zip file. Then click on view, then long press copy, then go back into the Super Mario 64 folder and then again back into the packs folder and extract it here. Now if you want, you can rename the folders here because this is exactly how it's going to show in the game. So now that is done, we can launch the game. So you'll see a black screen for a few seconds. That's because it's loading the textures. And here it is, the textures are already loaded. And I must say it does look very good. It just totally changes the game. Now if you want to disable it, just press the start, then the R button, go to DynOS packs. And here it is, you can individually disable these packs. And as I mentioned before, you can also rename the folders to call it graphics or characters, whatever. And let me just go back and go to the player settings. And here you can actually change the characters. So we've got Luigi, Toad, Waluigi, who's not textured at the moment, probably a work in progress, but Wario is. They've also added his own custom sounds, as you can hear throughout the game. So yeah, this works very good. And here is the first level, and let's be honest, those of us who played it back in the days, I think this is how we remembered the game. So that's it. This is how you play Super Mario 64X co-op with HD textures on your Android device. And a huge thanks to the Render 96 team, as well as Owakitty and everyone else involved in getting this project up and running. Now if you have found this video useful, give it a thumbs up. If you are new here, then please do consider subscribing, as I have more videos coming up, so make sure you hit that bell icon so you get notified as soon as I release my videos. Thanks for watching, and I will catch up with you in the next video.